everybody, welcome to the first ever episode of Hostel Discourse. Woo! With us today we have our host, myself, David, all the way from London, England, from the University of Westminster,
Jacob,
and Jared.
I'm Joe.
And our first guest of all time,
I'm Thomas.
Thomas Shore.
Woo!
All right,
Yay, Thomas!
Today we're going to be talking about the movie that just came out last Friday, Batman vs. Superman. And we can discuss that, and then we have our debate question coming up, which will be pretty fun, I think. So, what did you guys think about the movie? Things you didn't like, things you liked.
Well, this is my favorite version of Batman, by far.
Yeah, dude,
I
Batman's dope. And I don't want to hear anybody say, "Oh, Batman kills people now. That sucks." No, he's so dark. It's so good.
Yeah,
I did notice one thing. He only killed people outside of Gotham. That was a theory running in my head. He only killed people inside Metropolis. So maybe he's still non-lethal in Gotham, but he goes outside of his boundaries in Metropolis. I don't know.
Weird. That's a stupid
But also,
rule.
this movie was based in Metropolis, so we didn't really see him much in Gotham besides...
The sex trafficker with all the little girls in the cage.
He still branded that guy, and
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's nothing.
I don't know, dude. That was really
That's pretty
freaking
messed up.
painful.
I really wanted him to brand Lex Luthor right in the forehead or something at the end.
I'm kind of disappointed he didn't. When he just
Yeah.
hit the wall, what was he there for? Was he that? He definitely was gonna brand him when he first got there, and then after Lex did his little talk about the coming of the new bad guy, then all of a sudden he just hit the wall.
Yeah. I just want to say this is a spoiler review discussion, so if you haven't seen the movie, don't listen to it if you don't want to hear any spoilers.
Apologies.
Clicked on this
Superman dies!
Or does he?
Or does he?
No, he does cry. He definitely
Rocks
cry.
Yeah.
almost
Okay.
cried.
Y'all remember in Man of Steel, how heavy they were with the Jesus imagery?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they released this movie on Easter weekend on purpose?
Oh, maybe.
I think so. He's going to come back from the dead.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
think that's
wondering if they were
coincidence.
actually going to show an empty tomb at the end of the movie.
I
That
didn't-
probably would have
I
been too
didn't think
much.
of that.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna, bust out in the middle of
they
the
still
procession.
laid it on pretty heavy, and that's what I thought. If you remember do you remember the shot where they're bringing Superman's body down to Lois, and everyone's it's super sad, and the shot looks really good. And then Batman is carrying him by his own cape. I don't know. It looked like some painting depiction of Jesus on the cross. I think they did that on purpose.
Man,
I don't know how I
that's
feel
deep.
about that.
Yeah, that was deep. I was thinking more about, the explosions and stuff the
Yeah.
whole time.
On a lighter note, did anybody notice that Doomsday had a vagina? He literally... He didn't just not have a penis. It wasn't flat like an action figure. It had lips like a vagina.
There's no way
We
that's
just
true.
went from talking about Jesus to vagina.
It's a good
That's a
transition.
quick jump. Okay.
I guess it never says what gender Doomsday is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a thing.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all.
Yeah, you're
I
assuming
think
that
he's
you're
action
assuming that
figures.
you know a lot about Kryptonian physiology.
Superman does look exactly like a man.
Yeah, but
I think it's fairly fair to assume.
You've never seen him naked. You don't know.
exactly.
Sharp point, sharp point.
Yeah.
Doomsday in the animated Justice League show can actually talk, and he's pretty much just a cave troll ogre thing in this movie. I don't know. I think they could have made Doomsday a little bit cooler.
I hated
I didn't
everything
really
about
like
him,
him just being a
except for
creature.
just the premise of him. I thought it was cool that he's like a revived General Zod, but I think what he did for the movie was a product of everything that was wrong about it.
Whoa, what does that mean?
Yeah. Chiefly being like, my main issue is that I don't know what the main conflict was. I don't know what the movie was about.
Yes, you do. You know what the movie's about. You just think that since it was called Batman vs. Superman, the main conflict should be Batman and Superman at the end. That's not what it is. But don't say you don't know what the movie's about. That's a stretch.
Okay, no, seriously. Tell me, what is the main conflict of the movie?
It's Lex. It's Lex versus the good guy.
I was gonna say something different, so that kind of proves Jared's
Right? So
Jacob's
then what's
point.
all the stuff about, like, the politics of Superman?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's about Superman having too much power, and I don't know, that being a risk. I mean, that's what Batman was talking about the whole time.
It was a stretch by the end of the movie when Lex was claiming to just have orchestrated the whole fight between them.
Yeah.
Like, empty words. I did not feel like that was the case at all.
And
I might
Lex
need to
couldn't
watch it a
even get
second
him to
time,
fight
like-
until he kidnapped Superman's mom. Like,
Lex Luthor sucked in this movie. I was skeptical since the trailers of Jesse Eisenberg playing him, and he didn't surpass my expectations. Lex Luthor in the animated show is like this badass, like actually strong businessman, and Jesse Eisenberg is like a little weasel. I didn't like how they portrayed him.
I think it's just like this movie has so many good ideas that it never uses or just like capitalizes on, because with the young Lex Luthor, I think they tried to go with this really good route about him having daddy issues, which makes so much sense as to why he would have like issues with authority figures and thus Superman. But I don't know. That's what the opening scene should have been. Instead of Bruce Wayne watching his parents die for the 50th time, we should be seeing Lex Luthor get beat by his dad, so we know what's going on deep down with him, because that would be a way better explanation than him mentioning it later on at the end in his final monologue. I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
There were too many daddy issues in general in the movie. They showed the Batman parents' murder. They showed the beginning and the opening credits, and then in a flashback. They should have just shown it in that flashback. I can't remember at what part in the movie that was, but... And then Superman...
Yeah, it's
what he
the
says
same
Martha.
scene or whatever.
when
Or
Superman
he's
says
about to
Martha,
kill
and then like he stops.
Like, if it would have just shown it then, we would have known what it was about, because we've seen that in every other Batman movie. Superman's dad died, like, his parents were central to his story. I don't know.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I didn't love Lex. I thought Lex was going to suck, too, from the trailers. He looked really annoying. But he wasn't as annoying as I thought he was going to be. And what I liked about Lex in this movie was how, like, he was just a cruel, cruel dude. Like, he was willing to do some messed up stuff.
Yeah, one of my favorite shots was the aftermath of the courthouse explosion, but it just shows Superman standing there. I like almost teared up. It was such a good shot. And I didn't expect that, like, terrorist bombing at all. That was a really cool scene.
Yeah, that was, I jumped when the guy blew up.
That was my favorite scene in the movie. We're talking about.
Okay,
favorite
y'all might be able to
scenes.
explain this to me better. I don't know why. I didn't understand the checks the wheelchair guy had been sending back to Bruce.
Lex had been... Here's what I think happened. Lex had been paying the guy off, and so... Because Lex knew everything that was written on the checks. Because when he was talking to Superman or Lois, one of the two, he ended up, like, he quoted, "You let your family die," which was written on one of the checks, right? The last check. And so Lex obviously was in on it, so maybe he was paying the other guy his checks and having him send Bruce's back, you know?
Yeah, I got the sense that Lex Luthor was actually writing the stuff on the checks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that guy would do that, but maybe he would.
I just never got like what Lex was doing with all that stuff. Like
No, yeah,
with the bombing.
I have no
like,
idea.
Yeah, like he was trying to. It seemed like he was trying to make Superman look like the bad guy, which is like fine and all, but that wasn't going to get Batman and Superman to fight. And like with the bombing, like that didn't actually frame Superman. Even the news media was like,
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
they so quickly cleared that up. I thought that was going to be a big deal. I thought Superman was going to have to like leave Earth because everyone thought he was a murderer.
Yeah.
I just thought
the
of that
very
as,
next newscast.
I just thought of that as Lex just like planting a seed for Batman to hate Superman.
Yeah, it was.
Which
How?
kind of made me mad because I think that was almost insulting the intelligence of Batman, in my opinion, that he would fall for that. You know
But
what I'm saying?
what did
Yeah.
Batman have?
Because it means that like death and destruction just follow Superman wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Like he's just that bad. He's that kind of person. That's what he
Okay.
brings to Earth.
Okay. But still, why? What was he doing bringing Zod back?
I don't know. I don't know what his plan was. You release Doomsday on the world. He kills Superman. He kills Batman. And then what? Like you can't stop him. The world ends.
That's true.
Because Lex didn't have kryptonite at that point.
Yeah. And I don't think Lex was like in control. It's not like it was just gonna like obey Lex. Like after
Yeah,
he
no
created
way.
it, it was gonna kill him.
It
Superman
doesn't make
stopped it.
sense if his deal was that he hated power. He hated there being one thing more powerful than anyone else. Why would he try to create a more like a singular powerful being?
I don't know. I don't know if he hated I don't know if he hated power so much as he hated like power that claimed to be good or innocent.
No, that was his whole thing. Like, do you know the biggest lie in America?
That power can be innocent, not that power is power. Like the whole thing is that God can't be all good and all powerful, or yeah. And so, like Doomsday may be all powerful, but like sure as heck not all good. And he's not claiming to be either.
So it's just at least something that makes sense to him.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. It seemed to me that his biggest problem, Lex's, was, I mean, when he says like the biggest lie in America is power can't be innocent, and when he talks to Superman about his daddy issues and how he learned right then and there that God can't be all powerful and all good, like it seems to me that those two things kind of go hand in hand the whole time. So I think that's what he hated was power claiming to be a good thing. Or used in a good way, something like that.
In Lex's defense, at the end of the movie, like he kind of won because Superman's dead and what's the thing's name?
Doomsday?
Doomsday. And Doomsday is dead. Like they're both dead. So there's literally nothing ultra powerful left. Like he really.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that was his plan to start with, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it worked.
It's a bold plan.
And he can just pay his way out of prison. I remember Lex Luthor in the cartoons would just like buy off the guards and stuff. So he's gonna get out of there like right away.
But it's a different Lex. And that's, I mean, I don't know. I tend to like appreciate comic book movies that take liberties. Like making a really weird Lex Luthor or having Batman kill people. So I don't really have much of an issue with Lex not being like a super political figure like he is in the comics and the animated series.
Your audio cut out, but we can talk about things that we loved about it. And I'll just say, like, I did not expect this movie to be good from the trailers, and I absolutely loved it. A couple of notes I took, things I liked. Batman's bulletproof armor in that fight when he's saving Superman's mom. That whole fight scene is so awesome.
He had a bulletproof helmet. Like
Yeah, a guy shoots him point blank, and you just hear it like clank.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
But also, what's cool about that fight scene is that like Batman does dominate. I mean, he takes out a dozen or however many bad guys with guns, but like he doesn't like completely dominate. Like they get some hits on him and stuff, and so that like it made it a cool fight scene because like he's not unstoppable. He was getting taking hits and stuff.
Yeah, the whole movie makes Batman, I think, more of a badass in my opinion. It shows him like working out, doing like those CrossFit type
was so
exercises. He gets stabbed and keeps going, and he has a fist fight with Superman. I mean, he's in like an Iron Man suit or whatever, but yeah, I really loved Batman's portrayal in this movie.
I loved how like the scene where the police are going in to find the guy that Batman had been interrogating, and he's hiding on the corner of the ceiling, and he shoots at him, but like Batman moves so fast, and he's just out of the room. I don't know. That was like, I thought that was like the coolest bit to see. I was like, that's what Batman would actually be like. He would have to be that fast.
Yeah, and
like
he moved like that during the Doomsday fight too. Like,
Yeah,
it
that was
like
such a cool part.
he looked really cool. Like as he was moving, I don't know. It seemed more like what you would think a Batman would like do.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, in the Doomsday fight, I was gonna mention that he like uses grappling hook. It looked kind of frantic, like he's just trying to get away from him.
Yeah.
Which he was, but yeah, that was really sweet how he's just human, but he's fighting like an alien, even not in his Iron Man suit.
What was your favorite scene?
I liked, in referring to Batman, all the flashbacks he had, kind of getting over his fears. The one with his, what was his mom jumping out of the, or something jumping out of the
bat.
grave.
You're like bat monster.
And then the
That
apocalypse
freaked
one,
me out.
It freaked me out.
I was
Like,
not expecting
that
that
was
because
so
I wasn't sure if it was a dream or not. I was like, maybe some like Lex Luthor like put a dead body in his parents' grave or something, and then the like giant bat
Yeah,
thing pops
freaked
out.
me
It
out.
was so scary.
And you never knew if they were like actually flashbacks or not
Yeah,
dreams
Yeah.
or whatever.
I agree with you, Thomas. Those are my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Like the
Did
dream
you like-
sequences.
Did you like the dream sequence in like the apocalypse world?
Yeah. No, yeah. I think that's cool because it makes this Batman seem a little bit more crazy. Which I think I think that's what like the Chris Nolan Batman didn't have enough of. And I don't know. I think it's gonna like end up being some really cool moments later on in this huge DC cinematic universe when if the ultimate bad guy is Doomsday, like if we're seeing pictures of things that Batman had been seeing from this early on in dreams, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Plus,
And, like,
okay,
Well, I feel like I was like definitely foreshadowing for like a later movie, which would be really sick to have a movie like that. And like that goes along with like when the Flash goes through time and like is warning him about how Superman's like a bad guy, and like
Is that the Flash?
I didn't
Is
get
that the
that
Flash?
either.
I
Yeah,
thought it
yeah.
was. I thought it was.
Oh, it's so
'Cause
sick.
it didn't look like the Flash. I didn't know who it was.
I thought it was
I forget what-
Robin.
he has there's a name for the suit he puts on, but like he runs through time in the future and like warns him because Superman in the future goes bad, I guess.
Whoa.
Is, like,
Oh yeah, that's like one of his fears or whatever.
kind of the implication.
It's cool.
I think that's my
Speaking of
favorite part.
the other superheroes, how'd you like the Wonder Woman watching like YouTube videos of the other people?
I thought
Oh, that
cool.
was so bad.
Did you like it?
I don't know. I just thought it was a little overkill. Like if they could have put those at the end credits just to tease the Justice League movie, but it was literally like I don't know, like 7 minutes of those videos, and the only reason they're in there is to tease Justice League. I just thought it was a little out of place.
Oh yeah,
I'm all about
and
it.
like
Really?
even if they were trying to be like found footage, the Aquaman one, like he straight up stares at the camera
Yeah.
for like a
Yeah.
minute. He like
Who was
comes out of
filming
the
that?
shadows into complete
I
light.
think it was a robot, but I think it was like underwater drones is what it kind of looked
Okay.
like. But even then, like he just stares at it for a long time, and like it would have been cooler if it was like more of a mystery, like you couldn't see it.
Yeah. No.
Like-
Classic Aquaman, you know?
What?
Classic Aquaman.
Oh yeah.
Just like being the
Chilling
worst.
in the
Just
weeds,
being the worst,
Yeah.
chilling in the seaweed.
Yeah, so he was just being the worst.
being
but-
useless outside of water.
But Wonder Woman was not useless. She was so awesome in that battle scene. She's kind of pointless in the rest of the movie. I don't really know what her purpose was besides to be in that last battle scene, but yeah,
Be super
it was
hot and
awesome.
intriguing.
Yeah,
She succeeded.
that too. I was really surprised when her sword cut off Doomsday's arm,
Yeah.
or was it his leg?
Or something.
Arm, because when he grew it back, that's when he grew the little spike thing that killed Superman.
Oh yeah.
So we should blame Wonder Woman that Superman died.
Classic women too. Aquaman, women. We're gonna have to cut that out of there.
My little brother pointed out, this is like the lasting impression he got from the movie, was that Batman sends emails like a dad sends text messages.
What?
Just like
Who did
that email.
That was so
That
funny.
email, the more she scrolled down, I was like, dude, just sign off on the email.
Who is he emailing again? I don't
Wonder
know.
He's emailing Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
he
when
sent her
he
pictures
sent
of
her all
Found your
those
picture.
videos.
And it's you with
Yeah.
He's
like,
capitalized
boy
letters.
share too. And he's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, I don't even know, but it finishes with like 2 questions that he's never going to get the answer to. Just like, classic world's greatest detective sending an email. Who are you?
Also, in the picture she gets of her, in 1918 or whatever,
Yeah.
standing next to her is
Yeah. Who's
the
the
actor.
actor?
Who's
Chris
the actor?
Pine,
Chris
right?
Pine.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I
for
know
the-
this.
I guess that's from her upcoming movie, right?
Yeah, that's for the Star Trek crossover, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Captain Kirk.
I couldn't remember what movies he was in. Yeah.
A World War I Wonder Woman movie though is gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
Is that when it takes place?
I don't know. She said she hadn't like meddled in Earth's affairs for 100 years.
Yeah,
So
I
that
think
puts her
that's-
right around there.
I read something today that she's 5,000 years old.
Jeez.
Bruh.
It's from like some like ancient Greek thing. So that's what.
She ages well.
She does.
nicely.
But the thing is, like, do you think it's just gonna be kind of like a new Captain America? Like
Yeah,
Captain
maybe.
America,
That's
was,
what
like,
it
World
feels
War
like.
II, you know.
I don't
Like
know.
I feel like it's gonna be a similar.
No, I mean, I don't
It's
know
way
when
cooler.
Wonder Woman, what time period it takes place in, but I'm guessing it's gonna be present time. I don't know.
The footage they've released is her fighting on horseback. I don't remember
Oh,
very
yeah.
well, but it
That would
looks
make
like it's
sense,
going to
World
be
War One.
World War One.
That'd be kind of
Yeah.
cool.
I guess trench. I mean, World War One's different than World War II, so it wouldn't be the same. But
Oh, really, Joe?
it could be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Wonder Woman movie now, and I don't know. I remember looking at the choices of actresses they had when they were deciding like a couple years ago, and she definitely pulled off the character really well, at least from what I know Wonder Woman from, which is the Justice League animated series. Also, Ben Affleck has already written a solo Batman
I
script,
thought that was cool.
so I mean, it's probably going to happen. It's not confirmed. But he's also signed for 2 Justice League movies.
I don't know if I want a solo Batman.
Really?
Like, I don't know. I love The Dark Knight and like Dark Knight
Yeah.
Rises and all that. Like, I feel like they did a good job. And like, I feel like in the DC universe, if they go back now to like a solo Batman, it's just going to seem like underwhelming compared to like Justice League. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with like Avengers, and then you go back to like a Captain America movie. I don't know. I just never really liked that much. But
Yeah, maybe a Batman storyline will come up in the Justice League movie or something, and that will connect to that.
could be.
But right now, yeah, I don't know what it would
I'm
actually
so pumped for
be
the
about.
Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
So
When is
pumped.
that slated to come out?
It's in pre-production right now, so I'm guessing like 2 years. But I'm sure there's an actual date. I'm not sure.
Between that and Star Wars, a lot to look forward to. In the next few
Exactly.
years.
All right. Speaking of the Justice League, our debate question.
Hey!
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight, the Justice League or the Avengers? And just to clarify, we're going to talk about the Justice League that are going to be in the upcoming movies. So that's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg. And then the Avengers from, let's say, the first Avengers movie. Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, and Hawkeye.
Okay.
Who
Here's
would
the way
win
I
in a
see it.
fight?
Here's the way I see it. It automatically comes down to Hulk versus Superman.
Yes, exactly.
That's exactly
And
right.
then here's how it goes.
Hulk has no discipline.
Hulk does not have the no-kill rule. And Superman has 2 weaknesses. I don't see how Hulk doesn't win that fight.
2 meaning his second is Lois, or what?
No, he needs radiation from the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let me tell you how this fight's going to go, all right?
And
I'll end this debate.
Because he's like in Earth's sun. Like if you took him to another solar system, he wouldn't.
Let me just end this debate early on. We can let everybody get home, okay? Here's how that
Thor
fight
would
would
win.
go.
That's why
Hulk-
Thor could beat Superman.
Superman would lift Hulk up, just like he did to Doomsday, fly into outer space,
Yeah,
and throw him.
the Hulk can't
Iron Man
fly.
would catch him before he gets there.
Iron Man's dead, bro. He's dead. He's
Everyone
long
Thor-
dead by the time
everyone
he's
Thor
dead.
can go
Wonder
there.
Woman.
Most of those guys are
All
dead
right,
by now.
a stalemate would be Wonder Woman and Captain America. They both have shields.
Wonder Woman would kill Captain America.
Yeah.
No, I think Captain America is more of a stalemate.
She has
than
a
Batman.
sword.
Yeah, I think
And
Batman
she
and
can
Captain
fly.
America are more of a stalemate.
Can Wonder Woman fly?
Shoot, Captain America would kill Batman. Well, I guess if you say he
if
has
you're
that suit,
matching
he fights
people
But like
Superman.
from a strategic standpoint, I feel like they would be.
If
Pretty
you're
much
matching
even.
people up, you have to put Thor against Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's a
would
good
win.
matchup.
Someone has to.
know,
Someone
dude.
has to throw like Hawkeye in the ocean, and Aquaman can get him.
Yeah.
I don't know what Aquaman can do outside of the ocean. I'm not that familiar with him.
Yeah, but he can control. He has like mind control of fish.
Oh, that was just like a. Well,
I might have made that up. I don't know. He might just be able to control fish.
No, yeah, he can
The thing is,
control
we-
fish.
we don't know.
Right,
like,
No,
well-
but hey, Jacob, he can control human minds,
Sharknado.
right?
I don't know.
Of course he can. Yeah, he can.
No, we can't. That's Martian Manhunter, which is not in this version of the
Yeah, I
Justice
think
League.
that's what you're thinking of too.
You know what? I'm gonna reference the internet, and we're gonna find out once
But-
for all.
The thing is, we don't really know like what Aquaman or Cyborg can do. Like those are kind of unknowns. Like we've seen like Teen
Literally
Titans.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
So that's
Okay.
It just goes down.
Jacob's timing out from London.
Okay. Aquaman is the king of all things aqua. He can breathe underwater, swim at tremendous speeds, telepathically communicate with sea life, and
So he's basically the Superman of water.
withstand ocean depth, superhuman strength, enhanced senses, and nearly impenetrable skin. So if he's outside of water, he's not that great.
Okay, but he still had the power of like the entire ocean. That counts for something.
Tsunami?
Can he like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could like.
No, but he
That's a
can't.
bit of a game changer.
I don't think he can control water like.
Not
can't-
a water
wa-
bender,
not a
he can't
water
water
bender.
bend. Yeah.
Not the Avatar.
He's so situational.
Yeah.
Okay, bring the fight to the ocean then. It's not that hard. Also, what's the venue? Just like the entire world, obviously, because it's a big fight.
Superman throws Hulk in the ocean. Aquaman gets like 50 whales to hold him down and drowns the Hulk.
No, you can't. You can't. Can't drown the
What do you
Hulk.
mean? He needs oxygen.
I don't think he does.
I don't know. Do any of these guys need oxygen besides like
Batman
the
and
human-based?
Hawkeye. Look, Hawkeye and Black Widow are gonna be dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Does anybody think
I'd
it
say
doesn't come down to
Batman-
Superman and Hulk?
Batman would be dead.
Honestly, I think Thor could.
If Thor makes it, Wonder Woman makes it. So it's Superman, Hulk, Thor, and Wonder Woman right now. Do those four survive?
Yeah, that's. Those are the final 4, and then it's Hulk versus Superman.
Okay, I agree.
You're counting out the Flash. It's a pretty powerful.
He's a
Flash can
wild
run through
card.
time and just start over.
But Avengers have what? Quicksilver, or is he even an Avenger?
He's dead.
well, we're just going with the original.
Also
He's
when
dead,
he's
and
He's dead.
we're just going 6 on 6
Deceased.
right now.
And another thing that I think needs to be considered is like, do they know about the fight beforehand? Because like, people like Batman and Iron Man could probably do quite a bit if they like knew who they were going against.
I say yes, and I also say that gives the edge to Justice League because Batman is going to
No.
make way better plans than Iron Man.
What about
Iron
Captain
Man,
America?
like-
he's like the best there is at that.
Iron Man could build a
Better than
suit out of
Batman? No
kryptonite.
way.
Batman, Batman doesn't create his stuff. Alfred does for him, at least in this movie. Iron Man's smarter than Batman.
Okay, he's a better scientist, but he's not a better planner /
That's what Captain America's for.
Dude, they got Nick
Batman
Fury.
was a wedding planner.
And Nick
before-
Fury, man.
Nick Fury plans everything out.
I just think it's a bold move to say that Captain America is going to do better.
I'm not saying
at
he's
planning
better. I'm
an
saying it
assault
would be a wash.
than Batman. That's Batman's thing. In the comics, Batman has a plan to defeat every single superhero. And,
Okay,
and
then
like,
I think-
it's just assumed that it's a good plan.
Then I think Black
Your crucial
Panther
question
would
is,
be-
how do you plan for the Hulk?
What?
Black
What, Jacob?
Widow?
How do you plan for the Hulk?
Black Widow.
no Black Panther, but
I'm not Batman. Look, I'm not the world's greatest detective here. You got to ask the Dark Knight. But I trust that he would have a plan. And okay, tough to kill him, but when it comes down to it, it's the two jocks. You're right. Hulk and Superman.
But like, you get just an ounce of kryptonite and it's over. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Who's got kryptonite? No, Batman's got all the
Somebody's gonna have
kryptonite in the
kryptonite.
world.
Yeah.
Iron
Yeah.
Man
Dude.
could get it, probably.
Thor can go get that.
In it,
He can freaking
Yeah.
fly anywhere.
Thor's
in
a
the
dumb
universe.
jock.
Thor's gonna call
Thor's a
Daddy.
dumb
Kryptonite
jock.
doesn't exist anymore. You can't go
Thor's gonna
fly to
call up
Krypton.
Daddy
and get some
Odin and be
kryptonite.
like, "Hey, Dad, looking for this mineral. It's
Let's go.
It's in the
baby.
blast zone of Krypton, which exploded. Can you go get a
Yeah,
piece
they
of me?
have a freaking thing that can send them anywhere in like 9 realms. That's pretty cool. The Bifrost. So,
Do you
I
think everyone would die from a nuclear explosion, like direct impact, except for Hulk and Superman? I think,
I guess.
Thor would make it.
Yeah,
really.
You think
and
Thor's like
Wonder
that?
Woman would make it too, probably.
Yeah, I guess.
I think if Thor makes it, Wonder Woman makes it.
She's like Captain America would.
I don't think they would. Like, even Superman couldn't take a nuke. Like, he was basically dead.
Yeah, why? His face is like decaying.
Because
Yeah,
he was
that's
dead
crazy
until he
scene.
got,
But then the sun came around the Earth, and he was
Exactly.
and then he came back to life, just like he came back to life at the end of the movie.
I
Superman.
think it's a wash.
I didn't like how he had like Wolverine level healing powers. He like died twice, pretty much.
And he came back.
Makes
sometime,
sense.
I'm convinced.
That's par for the course for Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Jacob.
You think Superman's
think-
dead?
No, I don't think Superman's dead.
Oh, I thought you thought Superman was dead.
I think. No.
That would be fun.
They had me
we should
going.
get someone on the show.
Yeah, I was getting a little sad.
We should get someone on the show that believes that Superman stays dead at the end of that movie.
I think people do. I think like quite a few people think
Even
that
though
he's
like
actually dead.
gravity thing on the
No, he's alive. He's the
definitely
Justice
alive.
League. He's
The
the leader
dirt-
of the Justice League. He's not dead.
Plus, like the whole dream sequence would just be stupid if Superman wasn't alive, because like he wouldn't be able to do the apocalypse thing in the future. You know?
That's true. Unless Batman altered the course of time.
Yeah. Or you could do like alternate realities, multiverse stuff.
Okay, when Superman was affected by the kryptonite, he was taking the kryptonite spear. I was just thinking, just throw it. Just don't go all the way up to him. Just throw like a javelin. He could have
Yeah.
like killed him.
Or
like
giving
that.
it to Wonder Woman. Like,
Classic.
Who had him
That's also
lassoed.
classic Superman.
Yeah.
She was
Relying
just
on brawn.
busy with her golden
Or
lasso.
give it to Batman. Even Lois could. Well, that's a stretch.
Are we back on the movie again? Because I can still talk about it.
You know
Yeah, I think we're back in the movie because I pretty much handled that debate that Justice League wins.
what? No way.
Oh my
All right.
god. So
Because of Superman's allergic reaction to
That's a good
kryptonite,
point.
like I don't know what could kill the Hulk.
Nothing. It is.
You can't kill the Hulk, but you can throw him into space and he's totally rendered useless.
They
He
did that
can't
before.
fly.
He came back.
he can basically fly.
I guess he would just have to wait till he hits something to jump off of it to go
Yeah.
back the other way.
Yeah. It's crazy how like comic books, they're like inconsistent about everything, about who lives and who dies, but like you don't see the Hulk die very often in these comics.
All right, well, let me throw
Look
something
up-
your way here.
Look up Hulk banished to another planet, because I think there's like a comic where he gets banished.
No, yeah, Planet Hulk. It's like a whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
He's too dangerous. They send him to another planet. He conquers the planet and comes back.
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah, Planet Hulk.
It is amazing.
That's pretty cool.
That's insane.
What a boss.
But here's the deal. Any fighting, any competition, right? here's the deal. It's a boxing match. It's MMA. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. But like, oh, I got you. WWE. You get somebody pinned down, there's a count. 1, 2, 3. You can hold them down for 3 seconds, game's over. If you can render the other team unable to fight for like 10 years, game's over.
10
Throw
years.
Hulk out in space, he's not coming back for a long time.
He wouldn't 10 years.
Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter what the time period is. Superman could keep Hulk out of the atmosphere for however long it took. Once Hulk's in space, he's got nothing. Superman would fly circles around him.
So you thinking victory is not the long game in this situation?
Well, it helps my case. So,
Eradication.
I think that's
is not the long
definitely
game.
a good thing to think about. I think that makes the debate more interesting.
I think the whole thing comes down to if the Avengers have kryptonite. Because if they have kryptonite, Superman's dead, and then they win.
It's
And
always
if they
gonna
don't
come
have
down to
kryptonite, then Superman could do the whole fly Hulk out of the solar system thing, and then there's no way the other 3 would be able to handle
But
it because Black Widow.
Would Superman be able to come back if he flew out of the solar system?
yes.
Yeah, Superman can fly.
Yeah.
But I thought he was powered by the sun or whatever.
Well, I mean, you could like kick him out of Earth's gravity, and then like you take him out of space, he's gonna float. There's nothing he can like.
I think it's well documented that Superman keeps his powers even on other planets.
Other planets, but he needs like a red sun.
Not a blue sun.
That's why like Jor-El or whatever couldn't like fly and like jump around on their home planet on Kryptonite or Krypton.
Let's place some votes. Not that this means anything. I just want to see where everybody's at. Who thinks the Avengers could beat the Justice League?
Is there Kryptonite or not? Because like
You guys,
Yes, it's
yes,
a thing.
yes.
okay,
yes.
then the Avengers.
Yes.
can
Yeah.
win.
but they
I
don't necessarily
vote-
have access to it.
I vote in favor of Avengers.
That leaves you and me, Big D.
It does.
So now we have to fight.
Justice League.
All right. There it is.
Guess we lost.
All right.
Outvoted.
I think we are out of time. A successful first episode. Thanks to our guest, Thomas.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening or watching, everybody. We will see you next time.
Hold on.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.